Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New Samurai, where I'm going over every replay after the match, whether I win or lose. I will mute myself during the match so I can focus, but then I will explain stuff after. Thank you for watching. Let's go.
광물 충분치 않음. 광물 부족함. 광물 더 필요함. 광물 충분치 않음. 광물 부족함. 여왕 생성 성공. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광물 부족함. 에너지 충분치 않음. 광물 충분치 않음. 에너지 부족함. 군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 에너지 충분치 않음. 광물 부족함. 광물 충분치. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광물 더 필요함. 광물 부족함. 광물 충분치. 에너지 부족함. 에너지 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광물 필요함. 에너지 부족함. 에너지 충분치 않음. 에너지 부족함. 에너지 충분치. 에너지 부족함. 광물 부족함. 일벌레가 공격받고 있음. 에너지 충분 여왕 생성 공격받고 있음. 베스핀 가스 부족. 에너지 부족함. 군 에너지 공격받고 있음. 에너지 부족함. 에너지 충분치 않음. 에너지 부족함. 공격받고 있음. 광물 에너지 부족함. 진화 완료. 에너지 부족함. 추가 베스핀 가스 필요. 군락지가 직접 공격받고 있음. 에너지 에너지 충분치. 변이 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 베스핀 가스 더 진화. 점막 위에서 에너지 부족함. 광맥 광물지대 말라버림. 광맥 소진됨. 광물지대 말라버림. 군단이 진화했음. 에너지 충분치 않음. 에너지 부족함. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 에너지
All right, chat, why did I win? Why did I win? Take it from the top. This new samurai style where I play the game muted and then talk about it after. So this was a different game from the previous Zerg versus Protoss. Mainly because my opponent opened obnoxious style. Always refreshing to see that. I will show you a key move. You probably don't need this in lower leagues, but if you're a Diamond Masters Plus-ish player, you might face Protoss who send their probe early enough to block your base. So at 145 mineral, 16 supply, I send my drone directly to the third base. Why? Because Protoss will sometimes be very rude. Exhibit A. This probe is here early enough to block this base. So I just sent it over here. Take my third, and then I'll take the second base area as my third base. And then we just try to do the opener. Hatch gas pool. Whenever the probe tries to mess up mining, I just attack with the drone that was about to go mine. Because I don't want the drones to be bouncing back and forth between patches. That ends up meaning that you get less income. You want to make sure they can do their job, go back and forth. 20 Overlord, 2 Queens, 4 Lings. First objective of the Lings to push the probe away from the second base area, so I can take that as my third hatchery. Overlord's watching that Cyber Core. I see no research, so it's probably a Stargate. Yep, definitely a Stargate. Queen's inject, you can't explain that. Okay, the Lings, I thought I was going to be able to get the probe, but it was just one hit from dying and then the shields recharged. 33 Overlord, make a spore with the hurt drone. Overall, the Protoss is slightly ahead from the probe block thing, but I'm not out of it by any stretch. I just let that spore finish. I'm just going to need a spore there anyway. My third queen is kind of late here. I scuffed that Ling micro too. I did end up getting the adepts at least. Repositioning the spore. Now my question is, when are they going to take a third base? I'm looking for it. I'm looking for that third base. Making a spore with the first drone that shows up at that second base. I'm getting a lair and a Roach Warren this time instead of going for double Evo for multiple reasons. One reason is my opponent is playing obnoxious style where they're blocking my base and harassing me. And number 2, this is a shorter rush map than Equilibrium, so I don't really want to play super greedy and try to get double upgrades. This game I want to make sure I have a Roach Warren so I don't die. And I had planned to go for +1 range attack just because my opponent is closer to me, so Roaches are relatively better. Okay, I have 55 workers now. Roach speed is going, range attack is going. Fill in the gas and take in a gas. If I had a little bit more queen presence, I could maybe defend a little bit better against the oracles. Cool, so I'm ahead in supply, I'm ahead in workers. And I have a Ling there to scout the third base gases. I'll pause the music for a second so I can actually talk. Okay, whenever I saw the Void Ray, I insta-dropped a Hydra Den. Because that told me that they're at least making one unit that is bad against Hydras, so I felt like I had a bit of a timing window where I could hit with +1 and some Roach Hydra and maybe some Ravagers. So I feel like they're going to go mostly gateway units. I don't really feel like I'm at risk of a huge Adept all-in, and even if they did do that, I have 11 Roaches anyway, so I feel like this was a reasonable game to try to get aggressive with Roach Hydra. Because it's a shorter rush map, because my opponent made a Stargate, and because they didn't make Mass Oracle. Oracles are better against Hydras than Void Rays are. So I'm just trying to drone up. I scout, I see gateways, I see a Twilight Council. My goal for today is to Overseer scout every game. So this game was a win, just in terms of my practice anyway. Because I did get that scout. The oracles got more damage than they should have, mainly because my queen count is too low. I should have 7 queens here. That's where some of my minerals should be right now. So that's a mistake on me. Just make another couple queens. If you have 2 queens and a spore at each base, you're pretty much safe. So for me to have 1 queen and a spore is playing dangerous. I'm not really giving my drones the safest working conditions, so that's my bad. That would be a good expenditure of these minerals here. Okay. As soon as I saw these probes here, I actually felt like I had won the game because they probed up their 4th base and expanded toward me, which I didn't really feel like they could justify that level of greed. Because look at their army. They've got an Oracle. One of them died to the Queen Spore because they were really going hard for drone kills. This Void Ray is going to be totally useless. Even just with these 3 Hydras, the 3 Hydras will beat the Void Ray. So, yeah, this is kind of like a paperweight in the sky. And then the Roach versus the 1 Immortal. And the Roaches are going to do pretty well against the Zealots. My opponent is going Forge, Templar Archives, and Charge. So their tech I don't think is wrong. I just feel like taking that 4th base and probing up this much with this few units is really dangerous. Maybe if they kept all their oracles at home and they didn't dive for drones and they made stasis traps, it would have been better. But here they have no oracle energy. They only have 1 hurt oracle. And yeah, they don't have much at all. And them taking the 2nd forge here is just way too greedy. So the nice thing about going for a Roach Hydra push off about 66 drones is you will punish greedy Protoss. If Protoss is going for a 4th base, heavy probes, and a forge, instantly dead. The game is over. There's nothing they can do. They're too far behind in supply. This is a well-rounded army. We've got Lings, we've got Roaches, we've got Hydras, we've got Ravagers. I can deal with force fields, I can deal with air, I can deal with Zealots in the front, I can deal with Adepts, and I can deal with Immortals. So yep. They tried to set me off balance with the pro block. It did a little bit. The Oracle trade was kind of break even because while they did get a few worker kills, they lost one of the Oracles and they didn't have any Oracle energy at home for stasis traps. The Void Ray was totally useless aside from killing 2 Overlords. And taking the 2nd Forge and the 4th base and probing up was just untenable. You're just super dead if the Zerg has any fighting units at all. Alright, that's why I won. +1, and I had +2 attack almost done. I did have a 4th base behind this. I transferred some of my workers from the main to the 4th while my main was mining out. I have both Hydra upgrades, Roach speed, Ling speed, but no Bane Nest and no melee attack. That is why I won. Thank you for watching.